This is Digital View. The use of ad blocking software is becoming more and more widespread. But is it the right thing to do? Consumers say they're tired of annoying and attention-grabbing adverts obscuring the articles they want to read. The industry argues that most internet companies, from Google down, rely on advertising to keep producing compelling content. Joining me via Skype from Dublin is Johnny Ryan from PageFair, a company that's campaigning for new and better standards in online advertising. Dr. Ryan, what is the acceptable advertising standard?
Good morning, Martin. It's a pleasure to be with you. I have to say that the acceptable advertising standard is one that we've been involved in, but actually what we're campaigning for is something that goes beyond that. So what we're looking for is something that corrects the problems that we've had for the first 20 years of the commercial web. And that is ads that snoop on people's data, ads that jump around the screen, and ads that generally do not respect the user. And the problem we see is that publishers, in their desperation to let some sort of cash flow come through their websites for free content, have permitted advertisers to run utterly amok. So we're working with publishers and with branders to try and understand how we can create an advertising, let's say, set of principles that respects the consumer, but also supports the publisher.
Isn't that pretty simple? You're allowed to put ads at the top and down the side, but don't have these things that block the article you're trying to read.
Well, in a sense, it's inevitable that at the moment now, by our last calculation, 198 million people around the world are now blocking ads. That's inevitable. Just as when the remote control was invented, people started to skip the ads there. The problem, I think, is that the ads that we have now have really forced users to desire to block the ads. And if we're going to put ads back, as our company certainly can, we need publishers to step up, and also branders, and define a better standard for what ads get put back. Because you can't put back ads in front of people who've rebelled against those ads. In a sense, what we're saying is... Sorry, say that again?
Where do you put them? That sounds like an impossible task you're taking on there.
Well, what we have before us is the collapse, I think, of the mechanism that has supported content on the open web for 20 years. So we need some way to support publishers, that is for certain. We think that a better standard of ad that did not snoop on users' data and didn't unnecessarily jump around the screen and misbehave in all of the ways that ads currently do, we think that a better standard of ad would work. And when we've asked people who currently ad block in our 2014 report, we find that 2/3 to 3/4 of people who currently ad block would be willing to accept ads if they were respectful, if they behaved a little bit more like a magazine ad or even some of the best ads on television.
Dr. Johnny Ryan from PageFair, thanks very much for being with us today.
Thank you, Mark.